Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is Mehdi. In today's video, we're gonna take a look at 20 of most mass appealing fragrances in my collection that always get me compliments. I have more than these 20 fragrances in terms of that appealing vibe, but let's try these 20s for today's video. I will review them as fast as possible, as brief as possible, and I'll let you know about their performance, occasions, and seasons. Without any further ado, I want to start by House of Dolce & Gabbana at number 20, KEDT. It is a very clean, shower jelly and fresh type of fragrance. Gets woodier at the dry down and has a very modern masculine scent profile. It lasts very long. I can say it is a long-lasting fragrance, but projection and sillage is somehow soft and transparent, airy, but definitely noticeable. I prefer it for spring and summer, especially hot summer days, and it smells casual. At number 19, one of the yummiest fragrances in my collection by Paco Rabanne, 1 Million Lucky. Smells very edible and mouth-watering. It is all about honey, plum, and hazelnuts, but not that much realistic. You can get nuances of that notes here. Atmosphere of fragrances, very cozy, very inviting and sexy. I prefer it for all season except summer. I have to say maybe summer nuts is also okay. Scent profile is casual and it's better for daytime. At number 18, Sedley by Parfums de Mali, one of the most unique, different type of freshy, citrusy fragrances. Smells very high class, expensive and manly. It is like, I can say citrusy and some sort of other fruits like quince or apple comes to my nose. It is sweet and gets woodier at the dry down. Performance is average. Some of the batches are great, I hear, but mine is like maximum 6 hours in terms of longevity, with first hour and a half, again average, soft type of projection and sillage. It leans like 70% casual, 30% formal or dressed up, has that dressed up vibe to it, and I prefer it for spring and summer. Number 17, again by Paco Rabanne, Invictus Platinum. I bought it just to try it. I was expecting some meh flanker, to be honest, but I'm happy that I was wrong. It is one of those compliment monster fragrances with a very appealing scent profile. It is like aquatic. I cannot say to this one citrusy, but it is fresh, has some sort of green vibes at the background, but modern, not old school barbershop or something like that, and slightly salty. Gets scary compliments, guys. This one is a compliment monster. Performance is great, lasts something like 10 hours plus, solid 10 hours in terms of longevity, with 2 hours of great projection and sillage. DNA is, I can say, spring and summer DNA, but has that power for winter and enough freshness for spring and summer. Let's say to this one, all season round type of fragrance, which shines better to my experiences in the spring and summer. 10 out of 10 compliments, performance, and it is casual. At number 16, Versace Prom, ultra sexy fragrance. Manly man, modern, extremely masculine and versatile type of fragrance. Smells a little bit sweet, citrusy, effervescent and aquatic. Gets more aquatic at the dry down, and the skin lasts 5 to 6 hours and projects for first hour and a half, transparent and airy, like the color of the juice and bottle. Very airy, inoffensive type of fragrance, but for whatever reason it is a very stubborn fragrance on the clothing. Lasts like 2 to 3 days easily on the clothing, and even projects there better. So I suggest you to apply it on the clothing as well. Gets crazy compliments. I prefer it for extremely hot summer days. Smells casual, but it is also okay with like white suit and tie, let's say, to this one. At number 15, YEDP by Yves Saint Laurent. It is a woody and citrusy fragrance. It is sour. Citruses and ginger are in that sour side, and some sort of grape juicy vibe is at the betweens, or grape soda, because it is like sparkling, carbonated, fizzy, and dries down, woody and earthy somehow. Lasts on my skin 7 to 8 hours plus, solid 7-8 hours plus, I have to say, with 2 hours of great projection and sillage. Also round type of scent profile, but shines better at the spring and summer, especially at the spring. Smells casual. At number 14, it is a very difficult list. What can I do here? Let's take this one, Percival by Parfums de Marly. It's a very beautiful fragrance. It is like fougere, has a lavendery herbal backbone, but also citrusy. I can get some sort of apple at the background of fragrance. Reminds me of Fierce by Abercrombie & Fitch. Very close to that fragrance, but way stronger compared to that fragrance. I have to say it is like 10 hours plus type of fragrance with 2 hours of crazy projection and sillage. Yeah, it is like 90% casual, has some formal vibe to it. It is very high class. I like the scent profile of the fragrance. Gets more ambroxany, woody at the dry down, but opening is very fresh, lavendery, citrusy. I don't know, I can get apple. It is not all citruses there. Citruses are more prominent, but yeah, other fruits are at the betweens. At number 13, Terre d'Hermès au Givre. I want to spray this one. I really like it. It is citrusy, it is acidic, fizzy, sour, fresh, juicy. For whatever reason, I can get a little bit like drops of pine needly vibe at the background, and not that much woody. It is soft, transparent woody, like vetiver. It is citrusy vetiver. If you are into this type of fragrances, especially if you like citrusy fresh fragrances, this one is a must-have, or at least a must-try for you. Like most of Hermes fragrances, this is also a freshy and average performing type of fragrance, which has more dressed up vibe to it. It is like mostly in that dressed up side, but you can go also by like jeans and t-shirts, but I prefer more dressed up. It is very great for extremely hot summer days. Oh my goodness. At number 12, Prada L'Homme. What I like about this fragrance is it stands. It is a different take on fresh DNAs, on fresh fragrances. It is not like beautiful. It's not like mainstream designer fresh. It's like shower jelly, woody, ambroxany, citrusy. It is different. It is bright. It is floral, powdery, and airy. Because of that sweetness, I don't prefer it that much for extremely hot summer days, but it is a summer and spring fragrance. Smells casual and performance is great. Lasts on me easily 10 hours plus, with 2 hours of cloudy and somehow bubbly type of projection and sillage. At number 11, Stronger With You. Absolutely. Oh, it is too good for a designer house. Almost it is a niche scent profile here. It is nutty, woody, smoky, dense, but in a well-balanced way. Very inoffensive, but also notes are daring at the same time. Gets boozier at the dry down, which kills me at that point. Smells excessively, extremely stylish, sexy. It is mostly in that dressed up side, let's say 60% dressed up, 40% casual, and I prefer it for night times, winter, fall, maybe cool springs, not for summer. Now we are at sub 10. Let's continue by House of Jean Paul Gaultier. Le Male Le Parfum is here. King, a fragrance for bosses, for alpha males. Not old school, but it is green, not barbershopy. Very modern take on green notes, let's say. Not that woody, but it is sweet, thick, sweet, herbal, let's say, to this one, and it is a little bit just powdery only at first few minutes. Smells very memorable, has a strong character to it. I like that character and stance of the fragrance. Lasts on me like 10-12 hours plus, and projection and sillage is average for first hour and a half, or 2 hours. Let's say 2 hours average type of projection and sillage. I prefer it for all season round except summer, and it is more dressed up, let's say. This one better for night times. At number 9, Acqua di Gio Profondo. Another compliment monster, mass appealing fragrance. Very stylish, very sexy type of fragrance, and at the same time polite and inoffensive. It is aquatic. I cannot say to this one a citrusy fragrance, for example, compared to Eau Givre. This one is not at all a citrusy fragrance. Touch of citruses at the background. It is sweet, aquatic. I can say aquatic, oceanic, and drops of mastic at the background of the fragrance, so has a little resiny vibe to it. It is EDP, very long lasting and concentrated type of fragrance, but I get very fast nose blind to this fragrance. But based on compliments that I've received, I can say it is like 10-12 hours plus type of lasting fragrance with 2 hours of loud but airy type of projection and sillage. I prefer it better for summer and the smell is casual. At number 8, another great freshy fragrance, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue or Intense. Aquatic, I can say oceanic. Again, extremely fresh but not citrusy, more herbal or floral. Gets woodier at the dry down and little bit sweet at the background. You can get signature of same perfumer of Profundo here, Alberto Morillas. You can get that art, that's fingerprints here as well. Performance is great, lasts on me 12 hours plus solid. One of those beast mode freshy fragrances and gets crazy compliments. I like it better than Profundo though, and I don't get nose blind to this fragrance. Smells intense. I prefer it for, let's say, spring and summer, better for summer, and smells casual. At number 7, it is very strange, Versace Dylan Blue. At first I have to say Versace Dylan Blue. There's nothing special about this fragrance. For example, I cannot smell atomizer and say wow. I have a lots of more complex and wow fragrances in my collection. For example, Oud Lemon Mints by Mancera or Windwood by Mancera, Neo by Sergio. They smell wow and way more complex compared to this one, but this one gets more compliments and grabs more attention for whatever reason. I prefer it better for spring and summer, especially gets scary compliments at the let's say humid and hot days. Works great with my body chemistry, but yeah, it is also type of fragrance, casual and formal, but I prefer it better for hot summer days, casual. At number 6, Allure Sport or Extreme by Chanel. Although I like the regular version better compared to this one, Allure Sport. It is more to my taste, but when it comes to compliments, this one is winner definitely. It is thick, sweet, somehow powdery, fresh, has some sort of aquatic vibe at the background, but it is mostly like citrusy, mandarin orangey, minty, some aquatic vibes, and thick, sweet at the base. Lasts 6 to 7 hours on my skin, but not solid, not intense. You can get some waves at first hour, hour and a half. Projection is below average, but sillage is average, or let's say good. It has a better sillage compared to the projection. I prefer it for casual environments, and it is spring, summer, maybe a little bit fall, but I don't prefer it that much for winter. At number 5, it's unfairly underrated fragrance, Montblanc Explorer. Snobs hate this fragrance, but who cares them? It is dry, Aventus inspired fragrance, metallic, synthetic, but gets the job done. Gets out of this world compliments for me. Lasts very long on my skin, but projection and sillage is not that much there. That's why I prefer it for indoor situations and extremely hot summer days. I can say it is like casual and formal, all same type of fragrance, but not that great in the winter, not that powerful fragrance, but yeah, also around, except winter, let's say this one, and it's compliment monster. At number 4, another, let's say, unfairly hated fragrance, not underrated, Dior Sauvage Compliment Monster, one of my most compliment fragrances as well. To be honest, I also hate, let's say, dislike some fragrances which I can't stand them, like for example Mask Therapy by Initio. Oh my goodness, but I don't go somewhere to write bad comments, hateful sentences about those fragrances. I don't get that much hate around this DNA. It is successful, it is masculine and lady pleaser type of modern manly fragrance. It is extremely versatile, all season, all type of occasions. Yeah, but I don't like it that much for winter, but it is also type of fragrance. Still casual, I prefer it better casual, but has some sort of formal or dressed up vibes to it. Performance is great as well. At number 3, again by Jean Paul Gaultier, Ultra Male. A happy, youthful, loud, screaming type of fragrance. Let's say to this one, Party in a Bottle. I prefer it for spring, fall and winter. Not that much a nighttime type of fragrance, but maybe for clubbing only, or this type of situations. For example, not for a romantic dinner appointment. Lasts me 10 to 12 hours plus. I have few backup bottles as well, and I have no problem with any of batches. I can get like 10 to 12 hours plus with 2 hours of solid projection and sillage. At number 2, this fragrance has a very special place in my heart. Always will be on my lists, videos and suggestions, and for sure rotations. Reflection Man by House of Amouage, one of the best floral based fragrances ever created for men. A luxury, busy, and I can say complex type of floral, not easy or flat type of fragrance. It is something serious here. As you can see, it is reformulated version. I have also backup bottles, but all of the versions last on me like 10-12 hours plus. I have no idea about the others, and I can get like 2 hours of good projection and sillage. Crazy compliments, especially from ladies. For me, this one is more dressed up, but not night times, and I prefer it for spring and summer. Shines way better at the spring. It is more springy type of fragrance. Without 1 second of thinking, at number 1, I'm really serious about this fragrance. It is my most mass appealing and complimenting fragrance. You know, I'm not affiliated, so without any influence or exaggeration, let's go by Acqua di Gio Profumo. Oh my goodness, it smells like elegance in a bottle. Manly, sexy and successful type of fragrance. It is fresh, slightly aquatic, and gets more incensey and somehow transparent dark like the bottle at the dry down. Every single factor about this fragrance is 10 out of 10. Presentation, performance, scent profile, compliments, price, every single factor about this fragrance is 10 out of 10. I prefer it for spring and summer, casual and formal, but I prefer it better for formal situations. Take care, guys.